As we come on the air tonight, we are seeing evidence that Russian forces are regrouping and gearing up for a renewed assault on Ukraine. These satellite images show a large military convoy more than 8 miles long with hundreds of vehicles as Russian forces seek full control of the east. And Ukrainians are getting ready. These soldiers using blue tape on makeshift uniforms to identify their allegiance, digging trenches, some with equipment that appears to be old, but they say they will fight with anything they're given. One volunteer acknowledges that everyone is scared. And it's not just the soldiers who are fearful. Thousands made it out through humanitarian corridors this weekend, many waiting for days to be able to leave, being told to flee the east before the expected onslaught. Today, a Russian airstrike destroyed the airport in the key industrial city of Dnipro. You can see the smoke rising in the distance there. The death toll of the train station hit by a missile on Friday has risen to 57. Officials are working to preserve the evidence for a war crimes investigation. And we're learning more now about the Russian general who's in charge, his disturbing record from the war in Syria. ABC senior national correspondent Terry Moran leads us off tonight from Lviv.
Tonight, this dire warning from a top government official in eastern Ukraine. Evacuate before it's too late. Make the most important decision of your life. The decisive battle is coming in the east. New satellite images show a Russian military column, hundreds of tanks, mobile artillery, and other vehicles extending at least 8 miles heading east as Russia masses forces there. Military analysts say Russia is preparing for a major offensive, driving from territory they control in the east westward towards Izium, Sloviansk, and ultimately the strategic city of Dnipro, where today a Russian airstrike destroyed the international airport. You can see the smoke rising in the distance. Ukrainians on the eastern front lines are digging in. Many of them, like Vandal, are volunteers working with the Ukrainian Defense Forces to ready trenches, tanks, even uniforms.
Everybody a bit scared. That's normal, that's war. Nobody sure he will return to home. Yeah, nobody sure he will see them, his family, his girlfriend and others. So everybody a bit scared.
And they are right to be. The Kremlin has appointed a new commander in Ukraine, General Alexander Dvornikov, and he's got a grim track record. He led Russia's brutal campaign in Syria in 2015 that human rights investigators say targeted civilians and flattened cities.
No appointment of any general can erase the fact that Russia has already faced a strategic failure in Ukraine. This general will just be another author of crimes and brutality against Ukrainian civilians.
Ukrainians say they've killed 7 Russian generals so far. But the Russian way of war, no matter who's in charge, has proved savage and brutal. That awful and now iconic image, this blood-soaked stuffed animal left behind at the Kramatorsk train station, was collected by police today, who plan to send it to the UN as evidence of war crimes and crimes against humanity committed by Russia. Tatiana Peregorda was one of the 4,000 or so there that day when a Russian missile screamed from the sky. Now, she's finally arrived to safety in Poland with her baby and describing the horrors she witnessed. Some people were injured without parts of their bodies. Small children were on the floor. We saw it all. The endless exodus from the war zones continues. More than 4,500 Ukrainians were evacuated through humanitarian corridors so far this weekend. And Ukraine's prosecutor general says more than 1,200 bodies have been found in the Kyiv region since the war began. That number is still rising. Today, local police in Buzova discovered this grave and the bodies of at least 2 civilians. The daughter of one of the victims, devastated. In nearby Bordyanka, shock still hangs in the air at the scale of the destruction there.
I don't really believe my eyes that it is possible. There is no any single reason why to do it. I could understand the natural disaster, but it's not a natural disaster. It's not natural at all.
Officials still expect dozens of victims may be under the rubble. Maria says she knows her daughter and son-in-law are among them. My children have been under the rubble for 36 days, she says. Now she cares for her grandchildren, orphans of Putin's war. There is loss and grief everywhere. Here in Lviv, hundreds gathered to pay respect to 2 soldiers killed in combat. One of them, 42-year-old Yuri Ruf, died defending Luhansk. He volunteered the first day of this war. His friend says he gave everything he had. His life was for Ukraine.
So many laying down their lives on behalf of their country. Let's get right to Terry Moran in Lviv for us. And Terry, senior U.S. defense officials have been warning that occupying the Donbass region in the east is a major objective for the Russian army. Their previous offensive has, by all accounts, failed. Will this be different?
It will, and Ukrainians think so, Lindsay. That's why they're saying the time is now for the United States and other countries to provide heavy weapons, tanks, and artillery, because the Russians tried those lightning thrusts at Kyiv and other places, and they were defeated. And now it looks like they're going to deploy their strength, sheer manpower, sheer firepower in a grinding assault that could last for months. Lindsay?
Terry Moran in Lviv for us. Thanks again, Terry.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.